Good girl. Wait. Great. Come on, this way, baby. Risings. It's a Monday. Things are all right. Good girl, mama. Me and Wu are out doing the thing, you know. I wonder how you all are today. I'm hoping blessed. Um, yeah, it was a great weekend for me. It was like good sitting in a space of saying I'm gonna do something that I want to do, even if it's something that I would have maybe shied away from prior. But yeah, here we are. You know, doing it. So I've been thinking a lot about what it is that I want to do with this or the format of this. Um, I don't think it'll be an ever evolving thing, right? But today, this particular video, I think I want to talk about what it means to be honest with yourself, you know, accountability of sorts, what it means to me. Maybe some tips or just some things that I've noticed, critiques, social stuff. I don't know. And anyway, I also think I want to put a little bit more focus on Wu. Um, you know, she's a big part of my life, and she's definitely full of personality. But let me handle this, and we'll be back. All right, Wu baby. Sit. Sit. We trying to get to it. Sit. Just puppy brain, right? Some little manners when crossing the street. Good girl, mama. Let's go. This way. It's a leaf. Come on, mama. Let's go. That's a balloon, baby. Ah, so yeah, just being honest with oneself, holding oneself accountability. Excuse me, holding oneself accountable. Yeah, my girl really loves leaves. It's very interesting. Something to resonate with. Finding joy in the benign, childlike innocence. Putting a little focus on Wu. I think it's one of those things to be able to watch her grow up too. You know, come on, baby. You got another leaf? Mama, come. Mama, come. Let's go. You can take that one if you want. Come on. Good girl. All right. All right. Enjoy. Yeah. Just a little bit of love, man. A little bit of childlike innocence. So, what does it mean to be accountable? To hold oneself accountable? I think accountability is when you could say, I'm going to do something, and you hold yourself to that standard. I think that's a problem in today's day and age a lot of times because though we are very much so interconnected, we also only share the best pieces of ourselves, or at least that's what we see others sharing. And so there's a piece of plausible deniability that you also have to contend with. You know, if no one knows, how can they hold you accountable? Thus, why should you hold yourself accountable? And there's a certain air of, I'm the one that set this standard, so I'm the one that also can give myself leeway. I think there's a big piece of discipline in there to be had. For me, I guess it's one of those things of I'm very disciplined when it comes to other people or when it comes to things that are benign ultimately. But when it comes to myself and when it comes to the things I want or the things I say I want, it's a hard thing because again, I set the standard. And often I have people come to me and say, well, how can you be so disciplined? I was like, well, one, that's just the outside perspective looking in. So thanks. But at the same time, it's like to answer a question simply, it's because I said I would do something. Woo, don't chew on that, baby. No, one sec. Yeah. Ay, ay, ay. Here. She has toys, but cords are just a lot more fun, apparently. But I think, it's one of those things of, when asked, how do you hold yourself accountable? A lot of people say it's a lot harder, or it's easier said than done. But is it really? I think because that saying in and of itself is a lot easier said than done. Like, n- not really, because like if you want to go out and drink, you go do that. You want to go party, you do that. You want to go do crazy things. There tends to be nothing stopping you, right? Monotonous things, things that you overtly know are not good for you. We tend to have no problem interacting with those things. So then why is it that when it comes to doing something you know is good for you, it's like, easier said than done. Like, what are you fighting with? I think that's the question to ask yourself. What is the opposition? If you say, I'm going to sleep 8 hours a day, what is stopping you from sleeping 8 hours a day? Are you filling your time with watching TV? Are you filling your time with, dead scrolling? Or how are you going to give yourself that 8 hours, right? And then sticking to that. Cutting my phone off at this time. I'm going to make a plan, right? A tangible plan. Because I mean, again, I'm here on this journey with you. I'm making these videos, I'm making content, and I hope that it ends up being a way for people to see a journey of the ups and the downs. Because I don't just want to share the highlights. Excuse me. I want to give raw honesty, you know, because it's not easy, but life isn't easy. Nothing is easy. Arguably, for me, going to the club isn't easy, right? It's one of those things of like, it's still, man, I gotta get up, I gotta leave the house, I gotta get dressed, I gotta be presentable, and then I gotta find my way back home, depending on, the levels of litness or, how much I overindulged or indulged, So that's not easy, right? So nothing is easy, but like comparatively, I guess there's a satisfaction for doing something for yourself, doing something that you actually want for you. And I think that's something to keep in mind. Do it for you. If nothing else, hold yourself accountable for you. or find innocuous ways that you can be held accountable. Something that I like to do is I'll tell somebody. I don't need anybody to be on my back like, well, you said you're gonna. No, 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 no. For me, the very act of letting somebody know what I'm going or not going to do now sets a level of accountability. It's not them checking in. It's me knowing I told you that this is what I'm going to do, so I'm going to do it. So in other words, right, this sharing of a burden. If you don't find it easy, get help. Talk about it. Journal it out. That's another thing. That'll be a big thing. Journal. I don't know why people are so against journaling. When you can journal, you can write down how you're feeling in that moment, your thoughts going through your mind, how your day went, things you're excited about. But over time, you start to learn a pattern. If you go back and reread, I don't know, and the people that do journal, knowing like going back and rereading some of those things, like I was there. I don't even remember that. Right? But if you keep a good catalog, it's like, okay, I've made it far and I can make it further. And also, I like Taco Bell, Like it's a weird thing. So like you'll learn about yourself that maybe you weren't so aware of. So give that to yourself. Write it down. Figure out what it is you want. Figure out what's holding you back from that thing. Because if you don't do it for yourself, no one will. And if you don't start holding yourself accountable, I fear that that'll lead to a midlife crisis or worse. You'll end up in a place where you're like, I don't like where I am. Who did this to me? Right? Not being able to rationale that it was you. You did it to yourself. You didn't do it to yourself. You didn't give yourself that space, that time. I don't know. It's a simple one for today. Just do it. No copyright infringement. Just do it. Do the thing that is good for you. Do the thing you want to do. Find a way to cheat your brain because your brain is tuned to negativity. That's just day in, day out. That's what we do. We don't do what's positive for us because rote memory, trauma, excuses, it didn't work out last time. Fail forward, but hold yourself accountable. And don't feel like someone's demeaning you when they call you on it. Don't feel like you're demeaning yourself when you call yourself on like, nah, man, I should have went to the grocery store and I didn't. That's a part of it. Being able to have that conversation. If you say you're going to do something, do it for you. Try for you. You're worth it. You, again, watching this, are worth it. Don't forget that. Don't demean your self-worth by not chasing the thing you want, by not holding yourself to the standard you want. And ultimately, maybe it's something you need. Give that to yourself. Accountability and discipline. Hold yourself accountable. That's all I got. I hope y'all have a great Monday. Hope y'all have a great week. Hope your weekend was well. Whenever you're watching this, I hope it's amazing for you. And thank you for paying attention, giving me your time. And I hope that this gives you return on investment. DontPaws Life. Keep going.